We have been in a lockdown for so long, and it's been such a long time that we've been behind screens, behind Zoom calls, that we have actually forgotten to have a good conversation. A lot of times I feel that the art of conversation, we are actually losing the art of conversation behind all these digital means. So today I'm going to tell you three ways in which you can have better conversations, and this is something that if you listen to the end, I guarantee you that by the end of it you'll have a better conversation in a few practices. So point number one, how do you have better conversations? This is tip number one. Tip number one is something which you've been doing since childhood, something which you've been doing in class 1, 2, 3 and all the way probably till class 10, and that is reading out aloud. So a lot of us, we used to stand in the class and the teacher used to tell us to read out aloud, usually one paragraph at a time. And that is one of the biggest, have you realized how we have forgotten, a lot of us have forgotten even our own voice and what it feels like to stand up and read. So take a passage, that is the first tip, that you take a passage, take a book that you know, and just read out loud with all the correct pronunciations and with all the with the energy. And don't bother if you feel a little weird about near you, and you don't feel that you are looking, you feel you're a bit too childish. So read it out as if you are actually standing back in that second year class 2, and you have to impress all your friends about how good you are in your reading. Another thing is you have to pay attention when you're reading, pay attention to voice tonality. Another thing to do is to give attention to your breathing. Have a feel of your diaphragm, take deep breaths, and then have a conversation or speak out when you have taken a deep breath. If you feel you're going breathless, that is because you're not used to speaking out loud, or projecting your voice. We are so used to sitting behind the TV screens or the computer screens or WhatsApp that we have forgotten to use our voice and speak out aloud. And when you do that, you will truly enjoy the feeling. It's almost like a meditation to let out your voice and speak, it's almost a new kind of freedom. Try it. Someday when you are probably alone somewhere, or alone in the car, park your car to one side, take the book of your choice, take a storybook, and just read out aloud. Point number 2 is conversational stages. Not a lot of people realize, but conversation actually goes through a set of stages, and these over the period of time have been seen to be reasonably regular stages, reasonably set stages, which almost everybody does go through. If you miss a stage, if you miss one of these stages, you will seem to come across either as too aggressive, too bold, or you will not make the other person comfortable. So here I am to tell you how you can, to tell you about those conversation stages. If you look at them carefully and you keep watch on them, you will have a much smoother conversation. So the first stage 1 in this conversational stages, there of the 4, is small talk. Of course, everybody knows that. It's something which you pick up, which is very neutral, which everybody can talk about, which everybody has an opinion on. For instance, at this point of time, you don't know the person in front of you. So don't take any kind of conversation which is going to be very intense or which is very strong or opinionated. Weather and current events are sometimes good topics to start on. Oh, it's a beautiful day outside. Oh, the weather has really become hot. Oh, it's raining today. Or did you know that it rained so much last week that it flooded our garage, and we had to literally rush our cars out. Any of these things, but see things which it's a better idea to have topics which have some kind of commonality between you and the other person. So it could be a topic, if the person is from a place which has a lot of desert or heat, then maybe talk about how you have experienced heat in your city. But stay away from 2 topics, and these 2 are crucial. Then you need to stay away from them in all situations, on WhatsApp groups, in any kind of discussion. And the 2 topics are politics and religion. Do not touch these topics, because most of the time you tend to more like lose a friend than gain a friend. you will never have usually a simulation of minds or hearts on these two topics, and it normally results in people getting severely offended. So keep these two topics out, but politics and religion, and apart from that, you can basically talk about a lot of small things. Following small talk, the next thing that you need to talk about is small disclosure. What is small disclosure? Small disclosure is that if you can tell the other person, and each reveals to the other person, it's like a little dance actually. You each reveal to the other person small things about yourself, like where do you work, where you went to school, your college. So the other day I had this amazing conversation with somebody I know, and it started off as a very similar business conversation, or a very formal business conversation. But then it turned out that he was from Delhi and I was from Delhi, and we actually used to go to the same place for burgers, which was outside our college, and that turned out to be a huge, a very interesting bonding event in which we both remember the taste of those burgers, and we both remember. So it doesn't have to be really an interview. Oh, you're from which school? Okay, I'm from which college, and things like that. There has to be some kind of a flow. So even just small things, you see small things which you talk about yourself, reveal about yourself, and be in the conversation, see what the other person is talking about, and kind of try to dovetail into that. So if he's talking about his college experience, try to think of a similar college experience that you've had and you can also talk about. Then comes the third stage. The third stage is about opinion disclosure. Now at this stage, you should have, it doesn't always happen in one go. Sometimes you may just be at small talk, and you may just go to stage 2, which is a bit of disclosure occasionally. But if you're bonding well, and there's a continuous comfort zone, in that case you go for opinion disclosure. In this case, you can share viewpoints and opinions. So here you can share some common viewpoints, common opinion, things that you believe in commonly, or on occasions you can even playfully disagree with each other, but don't make it very, very aggressive, or very, if you find the other person is getting offended. And I've seen this often on WhatsApp groups. So at each stage, try to see how successful you have been and what is the comfort zone at the previous stage. So only if you've crossed the previous stage do you move on to the next stage. Don't just jump stages, because that will kind of make people not very comfortable. So the fourth stage is when you can truly open up and share things about yourself or each other, which truly goes very deep inside your heart, and could you may have very deep opinions about them. But before you reach this stage, make sure that you are comfortable with the other 3 stages. You and the person you're talking to is comfortable with the other 3 stages, and don't jump them. And the last point, the third point, which might seem simple, but it's something really interesting, is a phrase which I use whenever I do some of my podcasts. So I've been India's longest continuously podcaster, and I've been doing podcasting since 2006, and that has given me the chance to interact with so many people around the world, and interact with them, talk to them, and bring them on my show, and have really deep. And what happens in podcasts is that you have a limited period of time. You have a period of even when you go to meet them, these are people who are highly influential, very important. So whenever you go to meet them, you have a time slot of something like 20-25 minutes. And in that 25 minutes, you really have to connect to the person, because otherwise, if you don't connect to the person, you won't get a good interview. So in those 25 minutes, one of the phrases which I have used all my life is a phrase which says, everybody has a story. And then I split everybody, and it becomes everybody. So everybody has a story. So if what I say is that if you're truly interested, if you're truly keen, if it truly intrigues you, there'll always be something interesting to talk to about anybody. After all, he has also lived a number of years on this planet Earth, and he's gone through various experiences. There's reason why he's standing at a certain place and he's doing certain things. There's always reasons for everything. What he's worn, the shoes he has worn, the shirt the person has worn, the city he is in, the city he was born in, his parents. There's so many facets to a person. So try to think, try to be truly interested in the other person and genuinely interested, because the kind of stories that you get from just being genuinely interested, you will not get them from any internet or browsing or anything. Truly human stories that you will get, you might get pearls of wisdom, you might get business opportunities, you might get a friend for life. Just go behind, try to go deeper and deeper behind that facade, that formal curtain that the person has, and you will discover that each person in this world is truly fascinating, and that is what would make you a really good conversationalist. So if you liked this and if you thought these were useful to you, go ahead, like it, subscribe and share it. And we are going to continue with some in the coming weeks and the coming days, because I feel as we get out of lockdown, one of the things which we all have been missing is a good conversation. And that's what you're going to be able to do now. See you next time.